that down, let's talk about this, shall we? A lot of box office news to go around, including the Robert De Niro film, Alto Nights, exceeded its box office projection. It was projected to make between $2 and $3 million opening weekend. It made 3.2. So congratulations to Alto Nights, big hit.
People made a stand.
So massive, obviously massive
People
flop
changing the
for that. But another film that we were talking about, we talked about it looking like it was going to have pretty low opening, was the new Jonathan Majors film, Magazine Dreams. Now, if it feels to you like we've been talking about Magazine Dreams for years, it's because we have. This movie went into production years ago. It was originally supposed to be released by under the Disney umbrella. Then, of course, all the drama happened. They parted ways. And then they dropped this movie. Then another production company picked it up, delayed the release date, and it now finally hit theaters. But we were a little bit concerned because we talked about it last week, saying this thing is projected could make under $2 million.
It did.
Well, it did. As Deadline is reporting that Magazine Dreams fails to flex.
Nice.
It opened to under $1 million. It opened to $700,000.
He should have played two different roles in it.
Hey, then he could have made $3 million, like Robert De Niro. I listen. We knew it was going to open low. I'm kind of shocked about how low. And before you think that, well, it didn't open in any theaters, guys, it opened in over 800 theaters in North America. That means, now that's not 2,500 theaters, but it means if anybody wanted to go see this movie, it was playing in a theater near them with 800 locations. And here's the thing too. Whereas like Snow White, take a look at this, made on average $10,238 per screen, right? So per screen that it played on, Snow White made about $10,000 per screen. Magazine Dreams made $858 per screen that it played on. That means even though it was playing nationwide, over 800 theaters, those theaters are still mostly empty. It's not like they were packing out, and if only they had given it more screens, it would have made more money. Yeah, no, it didn't. Now, at $700,000 of an opening, which, by the way, made it open in 16th place on its opening weekend. Now, it's not that, Alto Nights did much better. Alto Nights opened in 6th place, behind Novocaine, Mickey 17, Captain America, Brave New World, Black Bag, and, of course, Snow White. I think Snow White made more money than every other film combined. Mm-hmm. That's how slow of a weekend it was. But at any rate, so, Chris, we talked last week about it looked like Magazine Dreams wasn't going to make a lot.
Yeah.
Now here we are, we're made even less than we thought it would. What's the main culprit here? Because this is a death by a million cuts, it feels like.
Yes.
Obviously, there's the Jonathan Majors controversy stuff, plus the more recent stuff with released audio tapes, whatever. But on top of that, this is a movie that got delayed several times, never had a robust marketing budget. Mm-hmm. It changed distributors. People probably heard about this movie and said, wait a minute, didn't this come out like a year ago? I don't know. Out of all the things, what do you think were the one or two that stood out to most as to why this thing opened to like $700,000?
I feel like it's honestly this kind of buried market campaign where, yes, you had a whole bunch of controversy 2 times over, right? We had the release of those tapes last week. We also, though, have all the delays. But really, I think what it comes down to is most people, again, who are not inside the movie bubble here, had no idea what this movie was or what it was going to, when it was going to come out.
Or that it maybe even existed.
Yeah. This is one of those things, again, when I talk to like my parents, hey, are you going to see any movies? Well, what's opening this weekend? And if I list them off, well, what's that? I have no idea what that is. They just did not make this movie's presence known, and it felt like it was a real backtrack, honestly. Because I remember when we first started reporting on this movie ages ago, when Jonathan Majors was still, a golden boy in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It was, oh, well, this is, a potential, award season kind of film. There's some real potential here. He's really transformed for this role. And then crickets after all the legal issues popped up. And I can understand why a studio would back away when you have somebody who's your lead in a film. Especially somebody who is doing a very physical role. You're going to have a weird time marketing that afterwards. But after his day in court, I did figure that we were going to see some kind of shift in the marketing of this, as opposed to, let's just put it out there, I guess, and who wants to see it'll see it. Because that's really what it felt like at the end there.
Yeah, like I never saw, like we live around the LA area where billboards are aplenty. I never saw a single Magazine Dreams billboard.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
No
Now,
bus stop.
No
Posters.
bus stop advertising, no outside advertising. Now, I'm not saying it didn't exist. I'm just saying, as somebody who watches a bunch of TV, I never saw one television ad for Magazine Dreams. Now, it also needs to be pointed out that apparently the movie is quite good, which is what we suspected it would be a long time ago. Right now, it's got an 81% critic rating and a 92% audience rating. So people seem to like it. The critics like it. The audiences like it. But nobody wanted to go see it. And again, I think it's a case of death by a thousand cuts. It's multiple distributors passing it off to each other, multiple delays coming up probably a year after it was originally supposed to come out. The controversy surrounding Jonathan Major, absolutely dead marketing campaign.
Now, when it comes to the Oscars, I know I just have to ask, anyways, just as a common folk, does any of the controversy have an effect on Oscars usually? Like, has there ever been a controversial something happened where the film was really good? It was like, but maybe there's some controversy surrounding.
Hard to say because
wasn't there
because
the
it's
one?
impossible to say whether if you'd taken out the controversy, there's no way to say that it absolutely would have been nominated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
wasn't there one with Manchester by the Sea during that time with Casey Affleck?
Casey.
Okay,
Yeah.
There was something, I don't know what it was.
But it did
All
get
I know is I
nominated
heard
for Oscars.
Yeah, but it did win, right?
Oh
It
yeah,
did win.
like so
He's
you
an Oscar
can
winner.
have controversy.
Yeah, the Oscars never takes that
I
into.
just I've been hearing really great things about Magazine Dreams. I have not heard Oscars mentioned.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard that it's that good. I've heard it's quite good. But again, guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Kikoff. Man, time flies, doesn't it? 1 minute, you're reminiscing about your last vacation, and the next, you're thinking about major life goals, like buying a car, getting that dream home. But if your credit isn't where it needs to be, those goals can feel out of reach. And that's where Kikoff comes in, the #1 credit building app in the App Store that makes it easy, affordable, and stress-free to build credit fast. And that's exactly why I love Kikoff. They give you a credit line for just building credit, not for spending. Your on-time payments get reported to the 3 major credit bureaus, helping you improve your credit mix and payment history, 2 of the biggest factors in credit growth. If your credit is under 600, you could see a jump of about 28 points in your first month. No credit check, no hidden fees, no interest, just smart credit building. Building credit can happen faster than you expect with Kikoff. Don't wait. Get your first month for just $1 at getkikoff.com/Campea. That's kickoff without the C. Get 80% off at getkikoff.com/Campea. Must sign up via getkickoff.com/Campea to activate offer. Offer applies to new customers first month only, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. Point stat based on Equifax Vantage Score 3.0 changes for Kikoff users starting under 600 who made their first on-time payment between January of 2021 and March of 2024. Payment and credit activity outside Kikoff can have an impact on your credit. Individual results may vary. Guys, question is for you. I mean, this thing made about $800 a screen. It did made under $1 million, which if you had gone back a year and a half ago when we were talking about this movie, would have seemed inconceivable. What do you think the main culprit is? I think there's a long list of things that worked against it. Did you actually see the film? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.